say with 100% certainty that the deleted emails, that the FBI is not going to find anything in there that's going to cause you to have to explain again?
All I can tell you is that when my attorneys conducted this exhaustive process, I did not participate.
Why?
I didn't look at them because
I would want to know what emails.
No,
why wouldn't you want to know?
I wanted them to be as clear in their process as possible. I didn't want to be looking over their shoulder. If they thought it was work related, it would go to the State Department. If not, then it would not.
All right, joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is Ken Cuccinelli, former Attorney General of the great state of Virginia and President of the Senate Conservative Fund. Welcome back, sir.
Good to be with you.
All right, now, you just heard that. I'm sure you heard it on Sunday, but it got by a lot of the media, I think, because nobody's really talking about this. I think this is the first time in all of her explanations and all the time she talked about handing everything over that she said, I had nothing to do with handing these things over. Is that significant to you?
Well, it's certainly one more change. It's one more twist in her long and twisting story. I mean, if you go back to the beginning of March when this began for her, their positions have rarely held up until the next round of information has come out. Whether it be, I didn't have classified information, to then, well, none of it was classified when I sent it or received it. Setting aside, and a lot of people forget this, Steve, as Secretary of State, she generated classified information. She didn't just have pieces of paper that were classified put in front of her. Her thoughts coming out of meetings about, say, North Korean nukes, which is what one of the top secret emails is about, are classified themselves.
But wait, I recall her saying, oh, everybody's known about. By the way, you wrote a great piece. Yes, Hillary Clinton broke the law. I should point that out. But I remember her saying, oh, everybody knows about North Korea's nukes.
Right. But they don't know about the means we have available or that we have obtained access to gain information about those nukes. And that's why derivative material. So if a classified satellite takes a picture, that picture is classified because it tells you something about the means used to get the picture. And she knows that. She was briefed annually as a condition of keeping her classified access. I was too when I was an Attorney General, so this is how I know it happened to her, because it's legally required for all of us. She was told it doesn't matter if it's marked. What matters is what's in it.
Absolutely. And
she knew that. She knew that. And every single email she sent or received went through that unsecured, unauthorized server, including classified materials.
Absolutely. Now, a lot of your piece talks about General Petraeus, and ironically enough, some of the emails that we were just informed about came and went to General Petraeus. But that aside,
I found that very ironic as well.
Yes, but that aside, you say that she's in just as much or worse of a legal situation than Petraeus was. We know what happened to him. We got to almost skip to the end here and work backwards. Do you really think that, Justice Department attorneys have already argued in court, basically, that she didn't do anything wrong? Do you think the FBI is going to see it differently?
Madeleine Albright, it's my understanding Madeleine Albright came out recently and said she would have never allowed anybody in the State Department to do this.
Yes, she did.
And there's a good reason for it. And I listened to a clip recently of Bill Clinton, this long-winded, he's so good. He's really talented at making you think something other than the truth. But the very first thing he says is, no one has said she couldn't do this. Bull honky. I'm telling you right now, Steve, I'll say it. She couldn't do this. The notion that you can just have a private server in your bathroom when you're the Secretary of State getting and sending classified materials is outrageous. And for them to say nobody's complained about it, blah, blah, blah. The Obama Justice Department is in a difficult position, and it's part of why I wrote the article. Because whether or not they prosecute this, Steve, it is so obvious when you look at the elements of the offense and you look at what Hillary did that she violated this law. It's obvious to non-lawyers. It's obvious to seventh graders. And so whether they prosecute her or not, and we can come back to that question, it is clear to the American people, and you who pay attention to it, that she broke the law so far hundreds of times. Hundreds of times.
Yep.
In an ordinary prosecution, this would be charged with hundreds of felony charges.
Ken, it's great to talk to you, sir. Everybody check out, you can see it at the New York Post. Yes, Hillary Clinton broke the law. Ken Cuccinelli, we'll have you back soon, talk about the Senate and the House. Thank you, sir. As you know, Dr. Ben Carson has been sharply criticized for what he had to say about certain Muslims should never be president. He now has released an urgent letter about this, and it's available to the public on Newsmax.com. It's exclusive to us, and it's important you take the time to read it. Go to Newsmax.com. At the top of the page, click on Read Dr. Carson's Urgent Letter. You'll find out why he's taking a stand on this issue and why he will not be bullied. Again, read Dr. Carson's Urgent Letter on Newsmax.com.